Welcome to Sparks of History, where world history and Jewish history meet. Today, we're very pleased to have with us award-winning author John Garth. Mr. Garth is the author of Tolkien and the Great War, and more recently, the absolutely fascinating The Worlds of J.R.R. Tolkien, The Places That Inspired Middle-earth. The popularity of Mr. Garth's unique, highly researched works is highlighted by the numerous languages that it's been translated into, including French, Russian, Spanish, Czech, German, Italian, Chinese, and Polish, with more translations forthcoming. Just to get started, a little bit about your background and how you became interested in Tolkien and his works.
Oh, well, it all started one evening when I was 9 and I picked the Lord of the Rings off my parents' shelves and finally fulfilled my curiosity about it, because I've been opening it for some time to look at the maps and the names. So the names were the place names in particular were a real draw for me, even before I knew the story. I loved the sound of them, and he does have this astonishing facility at creating names that both have beauty and they give a sense of reality somehow. And I fell in love with the book. And over the years, I reread it, and I continued to be interested in these names and in his invented languages. Then I went on and I studied English language and literature at Oxford, right? So Tolkien's place. But it really taught me, it was a wonderful course, in particular because it gave me this grasp of the development of English literature from the beginnings, from the Anglo-Saxon era. But it taught me nothing really that I felt able to apply to why Tolkien in particular appealed to me. And it was only about 10 years later that I read a book by Tom Shippey, who is like the acknowledged expert on the importance of Tolkien's academic discipline, philology, or what we might call now comparative historical linguistics, to Tolkien's creativity. So Shippey is all about how Tolkien's Middle-earth comes out of Tolkien's expertise in and fascination with the development of languages. It's a world he created as an arena for his languages, his invented languages, to develop it. But Shippey's also, he's pretty wise as a critic, and brings out many other aspects of what's valuable in Tolkien. And I realized actually finally that I had a handle now on why Tolkien mattered so much to me, and why I should finally put to bed all of those carping criticisms I'd heard over the years about how Tolkien was just a second-rate Gothic author or whatever, an escapist, right? So now the escapism thing actually still rankled with me, because when I was 12 and I was probably on my first 6th reading of The Lord of the Rings, reading the 3rd volume where war comes to Gondor, I was reading it in a Welsh cottage, completely quiet, except for once during the whole week when some military jets flew over us. And at that point, I decided that I was a pacifist. Right. So this was probably not the response Tolkien was looking for, because he wasn't a pacifist himself. He fought for his country and for what he believed was right. Nonetheless, that's the impact it had on me, and that lasted for quite some time.